We're back at Club Summary for the final under 18 final for the afternoon. It's the girls singles final, opening end underway. It's GRACIE RETALLICK from Moama taking on ADDY Ryan, who's looking for a second title of 2025. The opening end is just completed and it looks like it'll be two blue paddles indicated by Bob Carson, which means two shots the way of ADDY Ryan on the opening end. And she's on the board. One more final as well, happening a couple rinks over. That's the boys' pairs final. Harry Coleman and Bailey Randall teaming up from Deer Park, of course. Both have a title to their name. Bailey with the Open Triples title. Up against Harry, who was runner-up in that event. And then Harry getting the chocolates alongside ADDY in the mixed pairs. So, a few players on the rink here, on the green I should say, looking for their second title. This is event. So second end of the game, as we said, ADDY's picked up a couple. There's a jack movement on the opening end, actually. You might have just caught it out the corner of your screen. Jack's just hiding away from lower tier graphics for our streaming sponsors. Big thanks, of course, as always, to Moama and Dandenong, who help power our stream through our busy events schedule here. Big supporters of Junior Bowls alongside Club Summary, who have played host venue since last Saturday. A busy week. These girls have been in the back end of most events. GRACIE teaming up with Mackenzie. They were the girls' pairs runners-up on the extra end earlier on this morning. Busy day for both. One more big final to go. ADDY a little unlucky, just slices the jack sideways and is still one down. If you're after some score updates in the boys' pairs final, they've only just kicked off. They started their second end by the look of it. We've got Mark Cowan over there paddling and live scoring that one for us, so you can jump into the results portal through the Bowls Now app and get some end by end updates. We'll bring you to them here as well. So GRACIE, pretty fair effort actually to get second shot. ADDY misses and a chance to pick up a number. Just ditch and the jack's been moved from the tee, so it's further than maximum. Just thrown another one in here. Tackle. How does that for 3 bowls? Even though falling back, it's still in for a third. Pretty fair 3 shots on this backhand. Something to keep an eye on later in the game. If she's able to pick up this end and the mat a few more times in that direction. Well, we continue to play a similar sort of length, of course. ADDY had control of the mat here. The bowl is up on the bank, so she's already 3 down, so nothing to lose by playing a attacking sort of shot. Just have to look at the angles behind the head again to see what's happening. See the attempt, just trying to backhand draw and down to get even second or third shot, just missing wide and nowhere. Gracie, if you just play a similar sort of bowl, she could be holding 4. Just missing the line, no harm. We'll pick up 3 shots and take the lead. So 2 ends in, a couple of numbers either way, and it's a 3-2 lead. So Gracie, 21 up. Hear a bit of noise from a couple rinks over in the boys' pairs final. It's Cooper Sutton sitting out. Bowl measures coming out. We'll keep you updated. They're 2 ends into their 15-end final. Show me a look on the path into the final for this girls' singles bracket. Knockout round saw us all the way get to the start of the knockout rounds in the quarterfinals. Gracie, so there were 7 sections. Gracie got a bye through to the semi-finals. She was the only one with a bye, of course, and then played Carla earlier on this afternoon. Carla Zinski, that is, from Club Summary, 21 shots to 11, after Carla led early. And then the bottom half of the draw, Addie Ryan in the quarterfinal defeated Mia O'Reilly, 21-16. That was on Sunday afternoon in a high-quality game. And 21-16 also earlier this afternoon, knocking out Marley Malcolm. Heaps of support on live streamers. That has been all day. Heaps of those clocking off and tuning in across Facebook and YouTube for this evening's game. Our last at this year's Under-18 State Champions Week. It's been a busy week. Just a big shout out to Club Sunbury. It's the second time we've hosted the event here. Lee and the big team of volunteers and markers and all the staff are making this week run nice and smoothly. Entries have been fantastic again, including, if you don't mind, the under-13 singles. As we mentioned, the second time we've run it. First time that Tom Baldwin has won it from Ballarat North, 21-20 over Herbie Clark. And out of all the winners' speeches we've heard today, young Tommy, absolute star. Both the boys still have another year to play in the under-13s as well. I'm sure we'll see plenty of them in the not too near distant future, maybe even on a live stream. Gracie pulling up short, had the toucher earlier on in the end, and just the one to Addie at the moment. No change. Hey, boys on the camera, any chance we could see the jack, please? And thank you. Just so I know what's going on, to be honest. I've got no idea if it's 1 or 2. Oh, there we go. Nice. Thank you. It's actually a nice port underneath the last bowl to get down towards the jack if it's got the weight for it. No change. Addie, a chance, makes any contact with that orange bowl. Can make a 4. Didn't have the weight to sit the bowl out, but enough to turn a roan. It's actually fell back away from the jack in the end, and it's half a go. We get a tape out here. Let's have a look who's holding the one. In fact, Addie Ryan concedes in the end, having a look from the other angle, and Gracie picks up the one and goes 4 shots to 2 in front. All right, so ADDY after going ditch to ditch, well, actually, yeah, ditch to ditch in this way, ended up, it was GRACIE scoring the 3 in that direction. And guest commentator time, woohoo! Finally, some company other than Josh Thornton. Viewers rejoice. Steph Priest joins us, assistant coach for the under-18s and manager and coach of the Bendigo Dragons. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello, Sammy. Thanks for having me.
How are you going today?
I am fantastic. I've been watching some really incredible bowls. The under-13s have been super impressive to see.
The under-13s is my favourite event now
100%.
At these championships. And next year, I've already decided we're going to work out a way that we can fit it into the live stream schedule as well.
Oh, it needs to be.
That game at 21-20. And were you here for the presentations?
Yeah, it was adorable.
Speech. I said before, that's the best speech we've had out of all the winners so far.
Yeah, the kids in the first lot tried their best, but they were very timid. But that little fella, all the confidence in the world.
Tommy Baldwin from the streets of Ballarat smashed it. Well done, Turby, as well from Ocean Grove. We were saying before, both the boys still have another year left to play. The under-13s are eligible next year.
Which is fantastic. We're going to see big things come from both of them for
100%.
sure.
ADDY holding a couple here, and after picking up 2 on the opening end, has been thereabouts. GRACIE actually played pretty well. They were a little unlucky. Did you see the conclusions to the pairs final earlier on? The girls' pairs?
Yes.
Extra end?
Yes. That was...
They're looking to go back-to-back in a repeat of last year's final, and they unlucky.
It was great bowling. It was unlucky.
Not often the Trailer Jack can still end up being game down.
There was not much more that Macca could have done there. Like, she did everything that she needed to do to make it happen, and it just didn't go her way. So it was a brilliant display of bowls from the girls. These two were in front. The two that won in the end were in front for majority of the game, only just. So it was good for Macca and GRACIE to get that extra end in.
ADDY holding 3 here, and finally GRACIE makes some sort of correction. I don't know if it's got the speed.
Just under there.
ADDY Ryan makes a count, picks up the 4 shots to retake the lead. 6 shots to 4. Just having a look through some of the honour boards, Steffi, especially in the early 2010s, would indicate if you win this event, it's not a given.
But you generally go on to be a bit of a
between Chloe Stewart and
superstar.
Kylie Whitehead and Michaela Long and Tiff Brody, there's some good company there, isn't there?
Yes.
Kira Burke as well.
It's generally been a bit of a pattern all the way through.
As we mentioned, assistant coach for the under-18s. What have you been looking for? Because you've been down here a few days this week, keeping an eye on things. Anything or anyone in particular?
Definitely.
Anything.
Definitely a lot of talent going on. We've seen a huge change and a lot of improvement in these girls, particularly over the last 12 months. A few boys standing out. We're not always just looking for that talent on the green. Obviously, we want to see those great personalities, team players, and just all-round good people. So we've seen a lot of that, and I think it is a credit to a lot of these clubs that help develop their juniors.
JT was saying earlier on the part about those involved sort of with the coaching, and there's plenty of sort of parents involved in terms of getting kids to and from games, but to have people like yourself and JT and Matt as well, sort of that don't have any sort of relation to anyone involved in actually playing, being able to be from that side of things is really important to have. And of course, coming up earlier or later in the year is the Under-18 Tri-Series back here at Club Sunbury, so that's something to help out.
Yeah, so that we're looking forward to that. So we, from this week, we look at selecting 12 boys and 12 girls, which we then have a trial, which takes place at Sunbury. From that trial of 12 girls, 12 boys, we select 8 boys and 8 girls to play in the Tri-Series, which has been a fantastic competition over the last 2 years of it running.
So is this the first time it's been played in Vic?
Yeah, it is. So it's really exciting. So it'd be great to have a lot of people come and check it out while it's on.
That'll be over the first weekend in August, and we're
being on a
potentially
weekend,
streaming it maybe.
Yeah,
go early with that.
It has been streamed in the other states in the last couple, so
we're streaming it.
We better do that here as well. But no, it'd be great, especially being on a weekend. Like, this is a bit harder for people to get to through the week, but the Tri-Series being on a weekend means that hopefully we'll have a lot of support from Victoria, like New South Wales and Queensland have given in their states.
Right across socials over the winter time for some promotion and potential live streaming of that event. Gracie's last one goes pretty close to getting the shot. Not sure, Bradley, if we can have a look from behind the head. Thank you very much.
And the girls having a great tussle here. We all knew it would come down to an excellent game no matter who got through out of that 4.
Gracie's nearly done enough to get the shot with her last bowl there. It sort of just fell the right side and fell back in. Seen Addie pick up the title in the mixed pairs earlier on today alongside Harry Coleman. Plenty of representation from Sunbury and Deer Park as well. 3 Deer Park players in the boys' pairs final.
As well as a little bit of the, Bendigo Royals and the Steamers in there too.
Oh, I got told by Sammy before, make sure I give the Royal Steamers a shout out on stream. I did. It's been getting a serious work in on social media after the Vic Open and during this week.
No, they've coined they'd coined the phrase "fear the Royal Steamers" apparently. So.
Nah, that's no good. Don't like it. Just Royal Steamers does the trick. All right, up and down for shot. He's had a few looks from just about every angle and hasn't given us a whole lot. In favour of the orange?
Yeah, it's close. I'm never one to call it.
Yeah. Back in with the last one and was able to navigate. I'm just not sure it's got the weight to get up there and change anything. No, so we're falling out. Second in a row coming this direction where it's been up and down for shot, and Gracie's just held on to 1.
Looks like it's going to the measure there.
This time the tape's... Oh, I went to call that early. It was definitely coming out. No, it's not. She does enough. 1, so gets it back to 6-5 in the race to 21.
You were right, Sammy. I should have backed you.
Don't keep looking at it. Grab the jack. What's going on? I swear that was a red paddle that went up. I've lost the plot. Did you think that was also 1 orange?
Yes. Okay.
All right, we'll fix that up. Turns out it's a 7-4 lead. It's Addie Ryan. She holds on to the shot. Not bad.
I don't know. Anyway, back to it.
Plenty of support coming through in the comments. Brad Campbell, let's trot Steamers. There you go. On cue. Afternoon, Benjamin and Fletcher. Tuning in from the streets of Stanhope, I trust.
There's always lots of support from the BCG region, and the Steamers always get behind their players, which is great.
What's happening in the world of the Dragons? Anything coming up?
Well, we do need to organise with Matt Flapper a squad challenge because we haven't played it in about 5 years probably. We have a Bendigo Dragons, Geelong Giants
Get
Shield.
That going again.
Shield.
100%.
We always play Ballarat as well, a Ballarat Bendigo challenge, and we have to organise with Scott Cassidy for our Calder Clash with the Northern Flyers that we've...
Is that an annual event?
We've only played it once so far,
okay.
So we did... It is very hard to find dates for things, as we all know.
Correct.
And Matt Flapper's a busy man, so hopefully he can sort that out for me very soon.
Kane Wilson has aged out, of course, at under-18s this year, and he's not too happy because the weather's finally turned good, and it's a fair comparison as to what it was last year.
I did say this is the first time I haven't been freezing cold being at Sunbury. Every time I'm here, it's icy. We definitely miss Candy around here. He all gave us all a good laugh, so shout out to you, Kano.
The only trophy that I was concerned about making sure it got back to Sunbury this week was the Boys Pairs trophy. Once I found out that it belonged with Kane, I just assumed Kobe had taken it and everything was going to be all good until I found that out.
That is troubling, you're right.
And that was relying on JT to bring it down for us as well. We're in big trouble.
So it did make it?
We'll find out pretty shortly when we get through the presentation for the Boys Pairs. I think it has, yes. Last bowl in for shot. Nicely played.
Oh, Matty said he doesn't want to take on the Bendigo Dragons until the our 17-year-olds have turned 18. Okay.
Don't worry about that. Just let Herbie Clark play whatever position he likes and go for it.
Yeah, I'm scared of taking him on after seeing Herbie's performance today. Very impressive young man. I've always said, ever since Matty's come into the scene with the juniors, it's they're very lucky to have him around. I've grown up in coming through the under-18s, and we've had some fantastic coaches coming through as well, but what Matty does bring to the table for these kids is excellent. When we go away for state games, it's always breaking down the games afterwards and making sure that, you know, they've comprehended how the day's gone and the importance of mental health through the game as well. So he's a really great advocate for under-18s, and it's a privilege to be able to work alongside him and the great man JT, of course.
That was unnecessary, but respect.
Probably great man was a bit of a stretch, but I'll give it to him this time. Oh,
last one pulls up short,
yes.
So I think it's just going to be one blue, but I'm not saying anything because there's been a number of close measures in the game as Addy hands the mat over.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Surely that's one blue. If it's not one blue, I'm leaving and you're going to come take with someone else.
We got Cobes in.
Yep.
The big talker.
It's one orange by half a bowl. All right,
well.
Gracie does win the measure this time, and
There we go, gets it a little bit closer again.
5.
I think the girls are going to...
This was what's happening in the boys singles. It sort of started off real slow for scoring, and then one player, as we know, Copes was able to get a little bit of momentum and start picking up some numbers. So should be patient in these sort of games. Gracie putting the mat all the way back again.
Definitely fired up a bit, knowing that it was his last event, whereas these two do have another one.
Pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
I think he knew what it meant as well.
Yeah, hearing his speech and the emotion in his voice was certainly showed us all how much it meant to him.
The president's after the dates for the Try Challenge between New South and Queensland. It's the first weekend of August, assuming that Joshua has set bowls link up correctly.
First, I have it in my calendar.
Oh, well, let's hope that matches up.
Yeah, it's first, second and third of August. Apparently I'm not talking loud enough. Vinny, is this better for you? Oh, good start from Gracie there. Lots of bowling for the girls today. I'm sure they're feeling it and getting a little bit tired, but here they...
Just before he jumped on, obviously.
They'll start to fire back up again very soon.
I think I said this morning that Addie was trying to do her best Kelly McCarran impression all week by trying to make every final she was playing in. They just got rolled by Gracie and Mackenzie last night in the pairs.
Yes, otherwise would have made their scheduling that little bit more difficult.
Look, we would have been here a little bit later, correct. Good shot.
There we go. Here they come. we're lucky to have such passionate girls in Bolsvik. They definitely care a lot about the game.
100% in the pairs final before, when Gracie and Mackenzie were holding the one they needed to force us to the extra end. The jack is up where it is now, and they're just both talking to me, having a casual chat on the bank. I'm like, are you any chance of concentrating or firing up? They're like, oh, it's just bowls. There's more important things in the world.
They know.
I'm like, you're probably
they
right,
know
but I'll
you
be
can't
stressing out hard.
They know you need to have that break. You can only concentrate for that 10% of the time, otherwise you'll lose the plot.
Gracie's
it's all about that balance.
Holding one, and he's still got room to draw the shot.
She
needs to hit something. It's a few times on. We've streamed from rink 6 and rink 6.5, if you like, throughout the day. Every time we've moved him across there, rips late, most hands.
Yeah, it's been a challenge for them, that's for sure.
Addie, only one in a few, but only the one down, and just to, I don't know, would you call that a super trail if she's able to get on the end of this and move it all the way back?
Oh, it'd be definitely pretty handy.
Almost super trail territory. Going back to the draw here.
I don't think she'd be mad about it.
Oh,
just under, knocked Gracie's.
No change. Looks like it'll be the one orange again.
You're 100% sure about that this time, Sammy?
Pretty flat if it's not, I'll tell you what. One it is, so back to 7 shots to 6. Here's the girls' final. What we haven't done, Stephanie, is give the viewers out there an update in the boys' pairs final. And this one is being live scored. Well, hopefully it is.
They're still pretty close.
4-3. Harry Coleman and Bailey Randall are on top of that scoreboard in the venue.
After 4 ends.
4 of the 15 ends played, correct.
And yeah, once again, they're having a good battle over there. As you would expect after making the final of the boys' pairs.
I may or may not have missed the pairs semi-finals last night. Were you here for it?
Yeah, I know I had to head home, unfortunately, as well.
Pretty sure that Aridani and Cooper have come from the clouds to win that.
I did actually get a video of the final bowl from Micah there.
How have you got a video of it and I haven't? How's this happened then?
I've got, those connections inside. So, yes, Micah come down with a red-hot bowl. Unfortunately, the way the jack rebounded.
Aridani and
it
Coops
was very unlucky.
12 shots to 3 after 8 ends, and then they've reeled off 12 shots to get it back to 15 all and force an extra end where, as you said, Steph, they've held on for the win.
And yeah, really Micah had it all the way, but just unfortunate result of where the jack landed. So very upsetting for him. They all deserved the win.
Oh, here we go. I'm about to say it. Woohoo!
So there we go.
Oh, wow.
I told you. I was very unlucky for Micah. Anyone that was there watching would also have had to agree. So
bellied the jack and still didn't win the game.
Yep. All right, back to these girls here.
Yeah, Addie holding one. It's a nice forehand shot to sit the bowl. It's to hold on.
Yeah, they're swooping. They're definitely swooping, and they're finding it hard to find that grass.
You've almost got to get out to the peg to find the line.
But you don't want to go out too far by the looks of it.
Not easy. This is okay if it's got good speed.
Yeah, definitely found the line here. Oh, great ball by Addie.
Trails enough to bring the third in or not.
Not
He's
quite.
going to come down for a closer inspection. There he is in the background, the under-13 singles winner. Tony Baldwin from Ballarat North has stuck around and seen how the big kids do it.
I'd say he's probably still giving his support to Addie, as she is a Ballarat
Ballarat.
gold digger as well.
Yes.
So I'm sure she's mentored him in her time in the diggers, which is what's so great about the junior development squads, because we have those older ones coming through and it's such an age range, whereas other sports, they're, got their grouped ages. Whereas my squad, the Dragons, we have Oliver Marin, who's only 7 years old, and then we've got few of our boys who are 17, and they get around the young fellas and they really look after them, and it's the development of the game. That's the whole point of it.
Best events on the calendar.
The
Ducky Kneebone here at Sunbury, and then
the junior provincial, which is now held at Sebastopol.
Sebast, correct. Tell you what.
Wowee.
Here we are chatting rubbish.
Gracie, what a shot.
Thank you.
Oof, here we go.
Addie does have the next two, so any contact or jack movement out to the left is working in her favour. Coming from a similar area.
Not far away. Wow.
Speed that then it didn't get back in time, and well,
it only takes one bowl.
Singles.
It only takes one bowl.
Yeah, good singles. Only need one. Saved.
There we go. 7 all now.
Frames in a row, 7 apiece. Steph Priest, you and I'm going to say your mum, Vicky? Yes, this is correct. Have contributed to the development of juniors so much throughout the Bendigo Dragons under-18 bowl squads. Congrats on the part you both played in today's success.
Oh, thank you, Vicky Nemeth. Yes, well, the beautiful lady she is.
8 ends played, 7 apiece, and that includes a 4 and a 3. Gracie's sticking with this sort of mat all the way back, jack up the top of the line. Not a MacBook user, are you?
No.
Trying to look for a score in the boys' pairs?
Yes, we don't need...
The live page.
I don't know why people choose to use Apple products, but
that's
fine.
Would you like to have this conversation on air? Right, here we go.
The politics of it all.
Oh, it's not even an iPhone. It looked like it was from that side as well. No, fair enough.
Sorry, I'm using a Samsung.
Sponsored.
I wish if Samsung do want to sponsor me, here I am.
Here we are, JT and I going up to the Sporting Globe. Stephy's going up to Samsung.
I just bought this, it's too late.
Fair openers here.
Girls, told you they were going to fire up soon. They just needed a little break after all the bowls they've had today.
Falls
the boys
down. Yep.
Pairs are still 4 all after 5 ends. Cooper's playing his last bowl on the 6th end at the moment.
There's a lot of green. Aerodani, who's leading for Cooper, has the green dynamics arrow that are green all the way over, and then Cooper's got the half and half XGs, which
does
white
make it
and green. And
difficult.
a few of them have stopped on the green side, so it's not easy to work out. They might be holding a couple.
I'm thinking they're holding it 2 there at the moment, with Bailey has 1 bowl to go. And as you can see, the girls are putting on a performance here, which is fantastic.
Oh, you've called that they were going to fire up.
Oh.
It's unlucky.
Impressive. All right, Bailey's just released his final bowl in the boys' pairs. Harry's intently watching. Oh, knocked Harry's front bowl through.
Bit happening.
The jack.
Hashtag result.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
To make a 2.
Oh, yeah.
He's
lucky bowler.
He's giving us a bit of a look that says, I did not mean to do that, but I'll take it.
And yes, everyone saw it.
So that now puts Harry and Bailey on 6 and Cooper and Aerodani on 4 after 6 ends.
Harry looking to draw the last off. Just missed the line. Once again, has a few around it. Gracie gets another one in the area here.
Oh, Gracie not quite there.
So Leaves that shot bowl a little bit vulnerable. You reckon you've won an under-18 state title in the past in the girls pairs event? Nothing on the honour boards on the website to prove that. So.
Oh wow. Well, unfortunately I'm that old that it doesn't go back to 2011 on there.
You are meant to be the expert here. So what are you playing? Backhand underneath to sit the bowl, or she's already had 3 goes on the forehand?
I think that would be the way to go, surely.
Bit more air time for the lads. Yep. There it is again. Forehand or either hand, you can get jack movement. 3 bowls she's played this end have all been forehand. Forehand, she's got her own to work off.
Yeah, a little bit tricky on that hand, I think. The boys are loving the airtime in the background there, the little Bolden brothers.
We need to get that mat moved off the tee. Oh, here you go, searching a bit of weight here. Tell you what, Steph, with a clear run.
Oh, Addison.
Played more speed. I mean, any contact on the jack was following through, was all there, and probably got the shot on the way through.
Just that hooking rink doesn't take long.
Gracie's getting pretty good at this. It's 4 once in a row, and she's hit the front once again. 8 shots to 7. And just having a look, the crew at Sunbury have the game up on the live stream on the big screen. On the big screen,
yes.
How good are we going?
That's what I was saying, yeah. Because with the delay.
30 seconds delay.
So then you can watch your bowl go down afterwards, which will either be fantastic or be rubbing salt in the wound if you've just missed. So.
It's actually a tactic we haven't seen. You don't see too often. Matt all the way back, and this jack just going sort of the top of the line. It's not real close to 21.
Not sure whether she's aiming to go for the minimum and just getting that little bit longer.
Hopefully there's a world in the not too near distant future where we have some players sort of marked up halfway through the game. We'll be able to find out where that jack is actually meant to be where she's planning on going.
That would be incredible. Sort it out, Tammy. You're in charge around here, aren't you?
Sure. What's that? Start of N10 at 8-7. I'll make note of that.
Listen to him, Tony and Jeff. He's got all the ideas. He's the ideas man. Very good, Addie. Great spot there. Can't complain about that. Over in the boys' pairs, looking like...
Oh, Eridani Wheeler is pretty good at drawing shots. 2 of them at the moment, by the look of that. The green...
Yeah, looks... Yes, yep.
Thereabouts again.
Eridani holding 2 with Cooper coming in now.
Coopsy, who's real, by the way. Just want to have a look. Is that upwards of 200k views or not?
Oh, I don't know. You're the one telling the story.
I don't know.
Who took that video, by the way? It was really, it was a pretty good video. Did you take that, did you?
Well on the way to 2 mil.
So check that one out on the Bowls Vic page if you have not seen it already. Cooper's drive to get it right.
Gracie in the air, just doesn't want to slice the jack here, is no good. Ooh.
She's
close.
Safe.
Breathe in.
Addie will be definitely looking to find that jack here.
Still holding a couple, I think, Gracie.
A number would really change up the game at this point.
Yeah, we haven't had a number since that 4 that Addie picked up on the 4th end.
They're just taking it easy, playing careful bowls at the moment. Oh, Addie.
Stopping in time?
Not sure. Give us an
Come
indication,
on,
Bob.
Bob, are you serious?
He's a great man.
He's waiting for the bowl to be delivered.
Yes,
surely.
that's right. He's
now going for a closer inspection.
must be close.
The orange out to the left-hand side is actually closer than where the front one is. Go figure.
Oh, Gracie.
Last bowl in, so it's 2.
could be huge here for Addie.
Yeah, that's it. Gracie holding again, but Addie with the shot to make the multiple if she can get any jack movement.
At this point, she'd probably be happy with just cutting it back. And she has,
Good.
what a bowl, Addie Ryan.
Good at court. Steph draws the one, gets control of the mat for the first time in a little while, then ties things up at 8 apiece.
Yeah. Impressive.
No. Oh, yeah. Novice Carnival, you in? Do you know anyone who might be in? Lockie Campbell's in.
Lockie Campbell, what about his little fella Blake Campbell?
Blake's in. Everyone's in.
kid.
Everyone's in. If you're not, you got until Sunday night, 11:59, to get your entries in. The Novice Carnival, running this for the second time, is moving up to the Shepparton region.
It's honestly, if you're a new bowler, why not? Why not get in
More
there?
bowls.
They're all new bowlers.
And you
So
might end up on live stream, and I might commentate your game. So may as well go and enter.
yeah,
If you're after game in
sounds-
the pairs and you can't find a pairs partner, getting in contact with the team, or pretty much me.
have
is
you
what I'm
got
trying to say.
many single entries at the moment?
No, because every time we get a single entry, we've already got another one. We just team
Yeah,
someone
no,
up.
but have
and
you
they're
been
in.
getting many single entries
Heaps of
coming
single
in?
entries, especially
Okay,
for
yeah,
the
so it's a
novice event.
common thing to do. So don't
is.
feel like you're the only one doing it. Definitely get in there.
Yeah, if you're in the singles and looking for a game in the open pairs, sure to reach out and let us know. Get involved. And then the over 60s as well. That's not too far away. Coming up in May, back up at Barham. Second year we're holding that event as well. Entries close the end of the month, so same thing. If you're thinking about having the week off, or if you are retired looking for a week away,
Yeah,
it's a
great.
place to go.
Great week away, and it'll be a little bit warmer than most places.
Correct, and 2 domes now as well at Club Barham, which allows us to host a few more games there and a few more finals as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's hopefully what we're going to have in Bendigo at some point in the near future, whether it's at Bendigo Bowls Club or somewhere else. It'd be definitely good to be able to have that to access. Back over to the boys' pairs. Sammy, what's happening over there?
6 apiece after 7, so Eridani and Cooper pick up the 2, where they were probably unfortunate to drop a couple on the previous end.
And these have been some tight heads in this game. There hasn't been a lot of room to move over there, as we expected with these two teams in the final.
Shot here, just needs to run the trip and hold up to the line. And I think that'll have done enough. Doesn't look great from the mat either. Can be around that to draw the shot on the forehand. Or a few bowls to work with on the backhand on the way in. A few options. All right, Gracie crashes the front, still one down. Addie not able to change anything up, so chance to draw the shot. Maybe any jack movement to the right of screen could bring a few in.
There's across the board here, there's a few dropping short, so Gracie's just made it in there though.
Well played, does it again. Is she, the angles on the front mean it's more than one?
I cannot tell it all from here.
Yes, it is. That's enough for 2. There you go. So
Ooh.
lead change again. Gracie back in front, picks up a multiple. First multiple, well, second multiple she's picked up for the game. Since that 3 on the second end.
Making it a little bit more exciting. See what happens
Yeah,
from here
Didn't
on.
mention, noticed it but forgot to mention that Addie didn't really change the length at the end at all. She still had the mat back near the tee and the jack up near the top of the line. Just would have thought the way the game was sort of heading. Obviously, Gracie not really picking up the numbers, but to change it at least mat position to change something up.
I guess it's her preference at this point in the game, but we'll see what she does next time she gets it back.
Probably hasn't been far away. Still has been building some good heads. Just hasn't been able to really put it on the scoreboard. And as we said, only 2 behind, so nothing to panic about.
Yeah, they've both been solid either way. Gracie, pretty good starter there. They've just been going through the motions at the moment, but as the score progresses, I'm sure things will get a little bit more fired up. Here comes Addie Ryan with the shot bowl.
Well played. See if Gracie changes over or not. Nope, sticking with that. Under her own as a bit of a guide. Chances, tell you what.
In the boys' pairs final, they've gone T to T here, and it's clearly, you know, the change-up has made it a bit more challenging for some.
I reckon Team Randall Coleman.
Yeah, it's been helpful for them there.
Coop has his last bowl coming up. Keep an eye on that. She needs to fix up the speed for not overcorrect. You want to watch the game, do you?
Yeah, I'd prefer not to see your drink bottle in the middle of the screen, but that's fine.
Not bad here if the pace is okay. Chances.
Oh, Gracie just...
Go on then.
Wow,
shot.
That's what she needed.
Had to get all of it, did.
And...
Couple down to a couple up.
Cooper dropped short, I believe, with his last one. Just didn't quite make it. So I believe Bailey and Harry might be still holding 3 over there.
It's sort of approaching that halfway mark where one big number could really change the look of that game. It's Harry and Bailey, especially Bailey, well, both of them, once they get going, it's hard combinations to stop.
Bailey's last bowl coming down now. He's giving me the impression that he's wants more grass.
Addie pulling up short here, so another chance for Gracie to add another one in.
Oh, Bailey has made it in there. I think it's a number 3 or 4 possibly.
Tell you what, I reckon she thought she was wide out the hand.
That's the grass she's needed for
wide.
sure. That's
look at this come home.
Excellent bowl by Gracie.
How far's that turned? All the way back down to the jack, and Addie, well, yeah, not much to play yet here. Nothing past the jack. Might just have to draw.
Hasn't hesitated though. Yeah. She's ready to go.
Reckon it was a quick case forehand. Yep, bang, away we go.
Oh, hers is hooking in here though.
Lacking the speed, so Gracie's going to pick up another end here. It's at least 2. It's the 3rd one in. I'd like it for 3.
Not 100% sure because I can't see through drink bottles, so
sorry.
I'll keep you updated on that, Sammy.
It's like I'm reading masking tape down on the desk, so I don't put anything there. There you go, 3. Well,
wowee.
Who saw this coming? 13 shots to 8 is the lead, a game high lead. Only a couple 4s away from the title.
Getting exciting now. We'll see what happens. This will fire Addie up though, I believe. She's not one to just back out of things easily. She's
disappeared and gone for a quick timeout as well.
Yep. Taking a breather. Good strategy.
Smart. Takes us to have a quick break and catch up what's happening
over in the boys' pairs. Harry has just put one on the jack. Second bowl in.
We've got a few comments coming in. Joshy Cartwright, Dave Keenan, Emma Simmons, all the big dogs tuning in for this afternoon's final. Sean asking, when are the Oz Indoor qualifiers opening? Well, the Victorian Indoor Championships kick off the weekend, May 31st, 1st of June. And entries for that will be opening later on in April. So keep an eye out across the BV socials and the website for that.
Checking out a bit of the boys' pairs final now. Got Eridani coming down. Not quite, but around the back's always handy. Bailey with a great bowl here, drawn another. Currently holding 2 in the boys' pairs. Cooper and Eridani considering what to play. Been a good pairing together, as well as the excellent combo of Bailey and Harry.
What's the problem?
Got Addie back here and straight onto the jack. She comes out. Well done.
Both are now the line. What's the choice of champions? What are the boys snacking on over there? Maybe a few delights by the look of that.
Is this another sponsored ad here? Oh, Gracie
Chances if
with
it's
the
got the speed.
reply. Not quite. Found that line now, though, the girls.
Addie is the first time in a little while she's been able to find it with the first bowl. Would love to group the next 2 or 3 together. Not something she's been able to do in the game so far.
Yeah, and previous games have shown that she is very capable of doing that.
Yeah, especially when she plays pennant against Glenroy. Usually the first one's behind, like on top of the jack, and the next one's inside it. So
I'm
no, she's capable.
Glad to hear that.
Well, hang on. What the hell?
Girls supporting girls, mate. That's what we're here for.
On this nice wide line again. I think it's the same speed though.
Oh, Gracie. Finding that consistency anyway. Oh, Cooper's gone for a drive over on the boys. Oh. Just missed it there. Still 2 down, I believe, in the head.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Just overcorrecting. Just being able to quite group them as well as we know she can.
Yeah.
And Gracie's still with a little bit of room here. If she can make that correction on the same track to draw these shots. She's done it a few times this game already with bowl 4. Nice line again. Steffi,
Ooh.
how we looking?
Oh, it's looking good. Gracie.
How we going? Stopping in time?
Yep.
Thank you. Was it ever in doubt? Last bowl, if I'm down, I'll get the shot every time. Don't you worry about that.
Really?
Every time. Every time?
Well.
I feel like it's been more often than not. Change of hand for Addie. Sit the shot bowl out.
Oh, Addie is
wait
not
for
the
it.
speed right there.
All right. And he's requested that you jump out of the commentary box, so I'm more than happy for that as well, because we've got a very special,
had enough.
We've got a very special guest coming up. Don't you worry about that. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
See you on the bowl screen sometime soon. Steffi Priest, assistant coach of the state side, as well as the coach and manager of the Bendigo Dragons, giving up some of their time on a Thursday afternoon to commentate this girls' singles final. And another one on the board to GRACIE RETALLICK. We're out to a 14-shot-to-8 lead here. Only 7 away from the title. And speaking of winning singles titles, this fella knows what he's doing when it comes to that. Hello, Kobe.
Hey, Sam. How you going?
How you going? How are you going?
Yeah, feeling a lot better now than what I did during the game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a real arm wrestle early, and then it took a little while, but eventually able to break it open in the second half of the game. Is that what it felt like out there? Like it was a real arm wrestle in the early part?
Yeah, especially early on. Like, I thought I struggled, to be honest, in that game at the start, and was sort of neck and neck, and then just managed to catch a break on him, and then I just kept
race
pushing
to
that
21,
out.
all of a sudden, not far away, where Gracie's doing a very similar thing here. She's won the last 3 ends. In fact, she's won 7 of the last 8 ends, and it's a game-high lead once more. It's 14-8, but still would probably feel like out there a long way from getting to 21.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously being on 14, like being up 14-8.
Especially the momentum she's got.
Yeah, having that momentum, but still got to be aware that your opponent's always going to be on your tail, looking to chase you. So
you know, Addie's very capable of stringing a few ends together and grouping, playing 7 or 8 good bowls in a row.
yeah,
She's opened a pretty handy opener here. We said last time she did something similar, then wasn't quite able to follow up. Better this time. Best 2 opening bowl she's had in a little while. Asking Gracie the question again. Has responded more often than not.
fair shot here.
How's she done? She got the jack again. Oh, got enough of it down the line. Just keeps responding in this final. 2 down, trail the jack. Loving this backhand going away from the car park.
Yeah, it was definitely the better hand to play, I thought.
Some of them are absolutely hooping late. There was one early on, Gracie's got back from sort of outside the peg and back down in time.
Yeah, you'd think you'd chuck it out too wide and then you'd just sort of trust it and it'd still hook back, so you can always have the trust in the hand to know that it will turn.
Yeah, it still looked consistent enough. Most hands you're able to still trust it. Addie Ryan with a little bit of a shove and Kirko to get the shot. Gracie not to be outdone, no way. Oh,
fair effort
thought
there.
she'd done it again with her last bowl. Flicks the jack into the open, but still 1 down.
Big chance for Addie here to get herself back in the game. Shouldn't
Played
be
it
too
good with a
far
clear
away.
run. Should nearly rip underneath.
Fair
In
shot.
time. All right, let's see what happens. She gets herself to double figures, 10 shots to 14, still trailing. The last time she picked up that 1, she pretty much threw it an identical length as to what Gracie was playing. Has to change something here, I would have thought.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a change, and I think it'll be longer, in my opinion, but wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I think you're right. So we've been playing short ends, but the mat all the way back probably makes that look a little bit deceptive. The jack's been literally up the top of the line more often than not, if not shorter. You've called that well. That'll run all the way just about to maximum length. Past the seam. All right, let's see how we go. Boys pairs final. It's a 12-shot-to-6 lead now the way of Harry Coleman and Bailey Randall. 9 ends played.
watching over there earlier and looking at the first few ends, it's a very tight game. The
So it
heads
looks
were
like a pretty
unbelievable.
tight game. I reckon Bailey got a good result. I didn't quite catch it a couple of ago, just to turn a couple down into a couple up. Yeah, they've got the momentum up and going. They look to be holding maybe a couple on this end as well, heading into the final third of the last session of our finals at state champs for 2025 at the under-18 level. Good week and all. I missed last weekend, but during the week,
Yeah,
it feels like it's been going all right.
Great week to be a part of, obviously.
Weather slightly better than last year.
Yeah, good to see the sun out this year. ADDY just fallen short with her first two, but
Yeah, I think Gracie might have fallen into the same trap here, although it's trying its best to get up there in time. And it does a little back flop, not quite enough.
as you can see with their line though, they chuck it out and it turns a lot.
Looks okay here with a clear run.
Runs
Collecting
with
the
it.
jack on the way through, no touch, and rips away late.
I think that just shows how much they are turning that side.
Really have to get out to the top of the line here. Anything underneath that's not too forgiving. Gonna run with the fact that would have turned back. It was just a fraction over the speed.
Had the right pace there, would have been a front toucher. Hard to see who's got shot there. They're all sort of similar.
I think Bobby's looking at me as if I've lost the plot. All I want to know is who's up and who's down, Bobbeth. Thank you, Bob.
Two to ADDY in my opinion.
One and just one. He's going to look for one and a measure there. All right, Gracie's just a forehand draw, really, isn't it?
Has let it go on a decent line. All up to her pace now. Although it is starting to hook a bit. Has it done enough? Yes, she has.
Loves getting shot with bowl number 4. Does it again. One shot. Keeps ticking the scoreboard over. There's one. 15-10. Boys pairs, biggest lead of the game. 16 shots to 6 through 10 ends. Hard to see Eridani and Cooper coming back from that. Especially the way Harry Coleman's got that head set up after his 3 lead bowls.
That lead performance over there by Harry is exceptional. Obviously played the singles against him earlier in the week, and every time I looked like getting a break on him, he'd just nail his first two and make it hard.
Hard play to beat. Plenty under 18s here having pretty good 12 months or so. And some quality finals we've seen across the green today. As we said, ADDY looking for her second title of the year. Gracie looking for her first after narrowly going down in the girls' pairs. Final on an extra end. going along pretty nicely. 15-10 in the race to 21.
Just going through a touch there. Not a bad opener though. Speed's good there.
Really liking this mat back and jack up near the top of the line more often than not. Throwing this out on a good line. Loving this backhand in this direction, Cope.
He's playing it very well too, as you can see.
Just keeps trailing the jack off the line every time.
Clearly in the final for a reason.
Yeah, you don't fluke your way to an under-18 singles final. Last bowl just pulling up short. Except you.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Just managed to chuck a few down and
What are you going to do next year?
nothing to do with under 18.
Problem?
I'll be a nobody next year.
Try the jack again here. What's going on?
He's going to have no chalk left by the end of the game.
I'll
Just
just go up
keeps-
and offer an extra.
Just
Keep it
keeps
a spray
tra-
just in case.
just keeps trailing it, tucking it
James
away,
hands the
tucking it away.
forehand, not a mile away here.
Fair shot here.
Addy Ryan, not to be outdone. Needs to hurry up in time.
The fair
Oh,
attempt
it
though.
does well. Gets a really good second shot.
See Gracie changing hands here.
Played a pretty fair bowl a few ends ago in this direction on the forehand where she had to throw it out really, really wide to give it a chance. This one under.
He's a touch tight, but her speed was
Look at the
very
weight
good
control
once
all
again.
across. Same bowl, Paddy, if you think here would have to go close to scoring. Looks a fraction narrower. If she's got extra speed to hold, doesn't look like it.
Just under there as well.
Another one, doing it in ones here. They had a little run where she picked up a 2 and a 3, but she continues to keep ticking the board over. 16-10 now.
Can she start the run again?
It just still feels like she's a long way away from 21. I know what the scoreboard says, but you should expect at some stage, maybe in the next half an hour, that Addy gets a little bit of a run on. Well, you pointed it out. Go on then. Tell everyone what's happening. I missed that.
The boys' pairs has just gone to 16-11 after 11 ends.
Here we
in
are talking as if
favour
it's
of-
game over.
in favour
no.
of Bailey and Harry.
Plenty of ends left all of a sudden.
It's really quiet over there as well. So obviously getting tense now. It's
Well,
getting to the end of the game.
you would have thought there'd be some sort of reaction if someone had played a real good one to make it 5, mate. Did you see what? I didn't see what happened.
I didn't say anything. And also over there, Eridani has almost got a front toucher with her second bowl.
Speaking of good opening bowls, Addy Ryan obviously played on the backhand to open up this end.
Fair start to get herself back in the game. Not like she's out of it at all, but she just needs to string a couple ends together, get back the momentum.
not a bad effort again. She's plenty of bowls a chance here, even if she is missing. Chance here for Addy. Can she just group the next 3 or 4 now after that opening bowl? Pretty close here. Needs the inside of this.
That's a fair shot.
Middles it, sits it out for 2.
Even if she did miss Gracie's there, she still would have finished in a good home, which would have made it easier for her next 2.
Didn't absolutely love it out of the hand. It's a Code.
Fair shot
Code,
again.
what's going on? Are you kidding? Again. More chalk. 2 down to 1 up.
Loves getting these touches.
Addy changing hands. Look to sit the shot bowl through, just under for line. She doesn't hurry past Jack-Eye. Gracie have a shot on her own here. Changing over.
Speed was good there for Addy though.
Forehand, trail the Jack. Out on a nice high line.
She's somewhat close.
Cope, does it have the speed to get up there in time?
Needs to hurry.
To get up
Hurry
inside
to
of the
Addy's.
blue.
That's a fair shot.
Turns at 2 rolls. Is it enough for a couple?
On the screen it does look like 2, but no indication as of yet. Has chucked it out.
Giving this a chance. Has got some pace attached to it. Not getting down in time. It's another end the way of GRACIE RETALLICK. It's at least 1, maybe 2. Case is keeping the scoreboard updated at the back of the rink, and he's put 2 on the scoreboard already.
Sitting here it does look like 2, but
2 down after the first 2 bowls each of that end, and it looked like Addy had the head set up pretty nicely. Gracie just comes down, forehand, little 2-foot trail, and then adds another one in, and all of a sudden,
big chance to put the game away here this end.
yeah, only 3 away. Big thanks to the Moama and Dandenong Bowls Clubs for helping power the BVTV stream throughout the event season across Victoria for 2025. Still plenty more to come after this. Parachamp stream for the first time next week, and then next weekend we're heading up to Moama for Champion of State Pennant, Novice Carnival over 60s, all streamed throughout the month of May.
You'd be a busy man.
I'll be there. There's lawn bowls on, you'll see me there. Accepted the Essendon triples on Saturday. Sorry, JR.
It's funny, you're always at bowls, but you never seem to be playing.
Correct. If I am, I'm getting beat. Never mind me. GRACIE RETALLICK is playing some game here. More chalk with the first bowl.
Just going through there, Addy, but her line's exceptional.
She had a second in. Just to be tracking pretty well. Not more chalk, no way.
Nah, just
No. Bit of a loose one, no chalk.
been commentating this long, Sam. Surely you'd be able to tell.
No, I just like to hype it up for the moment. I always knew it was underneath, but just hoping it might get a little,
Keep the viewers
little
on their
straightener
toes.
somehow. Needs to land this back one at the very least. Does, and
Does roll away though.
runs sort of rocks sideways and then falls back in.
It's close for second, but I'm sure there'll be bowls inside that.
She play the same sort of bowl and make sure it is 2. This is on a wider line.
Probably just a touch too quick there.
Is it? You could see at the very end. We missed the very finish of the bowl, but it's turned late. And he just needs to fix up the speed here. Not far away. No wide, it's still over. It's gone through the gap. How many is it? Definitely one. If the second shot
Does want it to slow
Gracie's
down.
last one, she's drawing for the title. Needs to land one of the back blues.
It has.
It has, and it's fallen in.
Is it 3?
Holding at least 2, potentially 3. How do you mind to save
He's on a
potentially
tighter
game?
line. Does it get down?
Gone through the gap, then what? Oh, it stopped in time. We'll play another end at least. Showing enough a second shot with the last.
It's hard to tell with the angle her bowl is on.
She did. I reckon she potentially has saved game there. Either way, it's another end one to Gracie. She picks up a single, 19-10. Just quietly in the boys' pairs final. It's back to 4 the diff with 3 to play. Backed up that 5 with a 1. Eridani and Cooper.
That's a huge swing in the game over there.
Deer Park boys still have the 4-shot lead with 3 remaining, so still, got the lead, in control on the scoreboard. Just need to win one of the next 2 ends. Oh, I think that might have been 3 before that last bowl.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. Eridani chasing it over there.
Wow, it's not getting back down for chalk. It's
That's
an
a
awesome
fair
opener.
start for Gracie though. Can she win at this end, Sam?
I don't know if Addie Ryan moves the jack here. Oh, slices it, goes through.
Just gone through there.
She's just missing the weight a little bit. So the last end just gone through. Not by far, but it's small margins.
Another good shot there from Gracie.
Now holding title. Addie Ryan still with 3 bowls left. Needs to run the trip and navigate.
Clear run.
Needs to run the trip.
Still 2, I think.
Gracie says, I'm not taking any chances and turning the blue in. Going to change overhand and draw a shot. Doesn't want to crash the blue. Did crash the blue, gave away shot, I think. No, didn't. Oh, well.
Oh, change of mind.
Probably with the double take.
Having a real good look at this. From this angle, it does look like Addie's because it's a flat bowl, but
It's now a measure. Addie's got the more positive shot to play by sitting the back bowl and making a couple. Out on an okay line. Needs to navigate.
clear the front, turn her own.
Well
It
played.
should be definitely shot now.
Turns it up half a roll, definitely 1, potentially 2.
Gracie does have a shot on here though for a slight trail.
Has loved a backhand trail with the last bowl of this as an out
Just
on the right
under.
line. Gee, the weight was okay for it.
Weight was perfect
weight was
for the shot too.
Spot on.
Bailey asking it to hurry over there.
Addy sat the back bowl for 3.
Not quite.
Oh, it's
That
turned it
is
down
a fair
flat.
effort, though.
Still think she definitely holds 1. Does it? Sure that it's only the 1, or is it 2?
One.
Okay. Quick time out to check with the coach as to what should be happening with the jack length. We've gone man all the way back again. Can you imagine, I think you called earlier, they're trying to go pit to pit.
Yeah, it should go T to T.
Has done that. So let's see how we go. 19-11 is the lead. So before that, Gracie getting that run where she picked up 7 of the last 8 ends, so important one to pick up. Needs to string a few ends together, even if they are just ones.
Definitely chucked it out on the wide line. Just missing the pace.
Gracie's been loving the backhand in this direction. She picked up, I reckon, earlier on in the game that 3 on the second end that to get herself going and build a bit of momentum off that. Just to hold on and hang around. Pretty handy start, Cobe. Pit to pit, bang. Held on late as well.
Yeah, did that a couple times in our game as well. Has the speed here, it will be a good shot. Just a touch short, but a fair effort.
Not enough. How's Den's going at the back of the rink?
Yeah,
If you're playing and look up, it's not really what you want to see.
that's the look of a worried coach.
That's the look of someone who wants the 2 to this end and this to be done with. She got the pace to hold on again. This one does go.
He's definitely watched a few games of bowls in his time, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
I think you're right.
Obviously, father of Jacob Cartwright, Olivia Cartwright and Joshua Cartwright, who play bowls. And coach of the Goulburn Murray Devils.
This one's on the highest track we've seen on this hand so far, all down to speed. No, not there. Another chance for Gracie now to add the second in. She does. Addy will only have one last bowl to do something about it. Doesn't love it out of the hand. She's just quick.
In case you can't tell, Sam, the look on Jacob Cartwright's face when I mentioned him.
Oh no, has that turned it up for
Earned
short?
it for 1 down. Should have seen the look on Jacob Cartwright's face when his name got a mention on the live stream.
Couple ends in a row where Gracie hasn't been far away, but just got the wrong connection and has turned Addy in for shot. Snapped
Has
again.
she done enough for 2?
Might hold on here in time. It looks like a couple.
Think so.
She's going to come for a look. She's got the one bowl just past.
Has she played any
jack.
weight at this stage in this game?
Not really. She's been drawing well enough that she hasn't really had to. She's been going really good on the draw. Hard to draw the shot here.
There is
But
a
any
shot
contact?
to get the inside of Addie's second closest through her other one for game. But will she back herself to try and draw the shot? Wait and see. He's close.
Go.
Needs to hang. That's a fair attempt.
It's a good shot for not much of a result. 2 remains, 2 to Addie. We're back to 19-13. Fair attempt, that.
Obviously, Gracie only 2 away, but knowing that Addie is starting to come back with the chase would definitely be there.
Yeah, played 3 out of the 4 bowls she played on that end. Were good enough, you'd think, to at least give herself a chance. She'll just continue with that next few ends. All right, no surprise, pretty much ditch to ditch again. The jack about foot and a half off the tee. Matt all the way back. Awesome to see, a good little crowd of people have stuck around to watch the last couple games of the day. The boys pairs final, by the way, 16-13, they're up and back. What's happening ahead? Cobe, hard thing is, they've all got these half and half XGs. I can't tell who's who when the colour's on the other side.
And 3 of the 4 players have white.
That's what it is. It's not making anything easy to work out.
Cooper Sutton is looking at it over there. Gracie just gone through with her first there.
Keep you updated. So, yeah, sort of a couple metres through, a couple metres short. See who can make the correction first.
Mark Cowan was holding up 2 over there. And I think it is for Cooper Sutton and Eridani Wheeler. Handy shot there from Addie.
And he's still room and forces Gracie into an early change of hand.
Has let it go a touch tight, I think.
Yeah, right.
Speed's thereabouts though. Probably mat length short, I'd assume.
Played this good.
Fair shot, Addie Ryan.
She needs to get a good second shot here. Still got plenty of shots up her sleeve.
Touch under again. Big chance here for Addie to put the pressure on.
Yeah, all of a sudden drawing for 4.
She does get a 4 here, it changed the momentum.
Absolutely.
Huge
Gracie's
amount.
been able to win a lot of ends, but pick up a lot of 1s and 2s. And Addie looks quicker here.
It's not a horrible shot though.
I think we're nearly stopping time to be in for another. Same speed, going to get out to the top of the line here. We'll know early off the base off the track. Is it any wider?
No,
Doesn't
touch
look
tight
like it.
again.
Don't know if I have to wait anyway. Could be a huge turning point in this singles final, Kobe.
Also, there's a fair discussion between Bailey and Harry over there in the pairs. Obviously, the umpire has been called.
Scotty Cass having a look at what's going on.
Harry and Bailey still talking, and Cooper and Eridani also talking over there. I do not know who's got shot though. 3 down. Wowee. What a change in the game over there.
3 down. Are you telling me that scores are level?
What a change in the game over there. That is amazing.
Speaking of changes in games, a forward ADDY Ryan. We're back to 19-17 in the girls singles. Fair bit happening. We'll keep you updated on a couple rinks across. All square heading into the last 10 of the boys pairs final after, what was it, Cobra? After they get up the full scorecard, they were gone. They were out of it. They were 16-6 down after 10 ends.
16
10 down,
all.
they've gone 5-1, 1-3. They
That's
did this
insane.
last night. Can they do it again?
Bailey Randall looking over at the commentary. Think he surprised himself.
Loving life, 2 thumbs up. Love the positivity. All right, we better keep an eye on what the folks at home can see. That's what they've tuned in for. You can actually just see the boys' pairs out the corner of your screen, as well as a bonus. All of a sudden, ADDY Ryan
Handy start.
is only 4 shots away herself from winning the game.
Wow. The momentum change on the 2 rinks is unbelievable, and it is certainly anyone's game.
She needs to run this out. Kobe all the way up to the top of the line. Good starter. Needed that.
Yes, definitely needed that after last end. Should relax the nerves a little bit, having that handy start.
Yeah, this is out on a wide line, but don't be surprised if it rips late. Something like this. Here it comes. Yep.
Fair effort.
And falls back down.
Hard to tell who's got shot early on. Should be somewhat close here.
In the area, what result does she get? Up off her own, gets a little straightener, and guess what? Chalk.
Touch fortunate there, but was in a decent
I
area.
feel like if it missed that, it was going to be pretty close, or even turned her own upwards thereabouts. Just want to know if it's 1 or 2. Just trying to sit the shot bowl, nothing silly too early.
Doesn't need to change her pace at all.
Here of the track, that's similar to where her last was. Just looks
Touch
a little
quicker.
quicker, but needed to be to play that shot. If she hurries past and gives a
Does allow
couple
her a
passes, something else
chance
on.
to play a big shot with her next.
Saying that at the same time, Gracie, if she can draw a shot, might hold title. Not for the first time in this game. Out to an okay line, Cope.
Does she have the right pace? Should be okay.
Needs to hold on. She might get the same little touch off the front.
Oh.
She does and falls. Oh, well, falls the other way.
It does give
How
ADDY
are we all going?
It does give ADDY a fair shot to play here.
ADDY Ryan,
Can she play it?
game down.
Touch under.
She's done it.
Great effort there by ADDY Ryan. She's had an incredible week. But congratulations to GRACIE on an incredible final.
wins it 21-17, picks up the 2 after dropping a 4. Well, you didn't know where the game was going next after that. You're pretty handy open on that last end, and GRACIE able to respond under the pressure of dropping the 4. She picks up the 2 and wins the girls singles title for 2025. 21 shots to 17. All right, boys, can we flick the cameras over next door, because it's all square on the last end in the boys pairs final. Let's go, come on. The other way. What's happening?
Sutton playing his second last, Bailey playing his second last after this, and they will both have one to come. Cooper Sutton is looking at it. He has finished a touch short.
So well, given the situation, Cobe, it's 3. Eridani and Cooper Sutton holding 3 after trailing by 10 with 5 ends to play. Currently all square on the board. What have they got left? Bailey Randall has 2 bowls left.
Cooper having 1. I think Bailey opting for a touch of weight. He's still looking at it. Needs to get down.
Up.
Oh, just going through.
Well, it looks like from this angle, my eyes are no good right now. But it looks like they've got the respot if it does kill.
Yes, and Bailey is usually very consistent on his runners.
So he's saying they're down and don't have the tee. Oh, the tee's there. Of course they don't. They're 2 down still on the tee. Not an option.
Come on, Sam. You've watched this much amount of bowls.
I've watched too much bowls. That's the problem. They're trying to cover all the way down the back as Harry Coleman's bowl is right at the very back. Less than a foot away from the ditch if somehow the jack can get all the way through and stay in.
Cooper Sutton's emotions right now would be through the roof.
Oh,
talking to him before the game,
call.
and he did not know what to say. He was that nervous for the game.
His hands on head here. He's trying
What
to
has
cover
happened?
the back.
Has he touched the jack?
What's he doing?
What is he doing? Oh my God.
Ay, 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 ay.
What is he doing? Surely you have to go here if you're Bailey.
He almost trailed the jack down the line.
As I said though, his emotions would be through the roof.
So if you're just joining us, this is the boys pairs final. It's currently 16 all on the last end. Harry Coleman and Bailey Randall led by 10 with 5 to play. It's now all square and they're 4 down at the head. The last bowl coming up. Bailey Randall on the mat.
Looks like he's trying to draw. Oh, he's playing.
Searching weight.
Yeah, he's stalking it.
Has to get the jack, doesn't he?
Harry is also stalking it a lot.
Needs to land
This
something
is close.
fat or get the jack.
Has to be close.
Harry Dunn, clapping it. Has the result gone their way?
He's
done it!
Oh my God! He has done it! He has done it! What a shot by Bailey Randall. That is unreal. What an incredible game.
Just keeping it close for the viewers, that's all it was, Cope.
As you can tell, the emotion by Bailey there.
I don't know if we picked it up, but we would have got a few photos of it, I'm sure. That big embrace by both the lads who 4 down last bowl.
That's an unreal shot under the amount of pressure he was under.
It looked like for a second the jack hadn't got far enough all the way through and they were still down.
I still thought that was 1 down.
Yeah,
And then
must have just
the look
got
on
far
Harry's
enough.
face. Bailey Randall doesn't know what to do.
Big embrace by all the lads. So the pairs, the boys' pairs title goes the way to Harry Coleman and Bailey Randall. Deer Park pick up a 1 on last end, 17-16. Well,
That is a spectacular finish to your night.
that sums up this week just about. High quality bowls in all the events that we've seen. Cobe, congratulations as well, son. 3-time winner of the under-18 singles title.
Thank you, Sam.
Congratulations. We'll see you on the bowls green or on commentary sometime very shortly. Thanks to all those who've tuned in throughout today for finals day, and a big thanks as well to Club Sunbury who have hosted this event for the 2nd year running. A big thanks to Lee, Mark and the team all the volunteers and markers behind the scenes. Big thanks to our crew as well in the Dandenong Club and Moama Bowls Club. Our streaming partners as another event is wrapped up in the event season for 2025. On to the Para Champs next week. We'll see you up there at Kangaroo Flat. Thank you all. Enjoy your long weekend, and we'll see you there.
Thank you.